Track, it remains about the same. There's high confidence in this forecast. The storm itself is getting its act together, and as I suggested earlier, I think we'll see an eye in the next couple of hours. Forecast to become a Cat 4, then weaken, and unfortunately slow down as it gets very close to Tampa. Let's begin with a look at our satellite imagery. We'll show you the big picture and kind of zoom in to this big hurricane, which continues to get stronger and stronger. Look at the last few images. There you go, almost a perfect circle. Again, we should see an eye in the next couple of hours as Ian continues to intensify. Sea surface temperatures here, really toasty warm. The wind shear, it's light. Both will combine to allow the storm to intensify. It'll move over Cuba. Ordinarily, when a storm moves over land, it may weaken a bit, but there are no big mountains in this part of Cuba. They're much farther to the east, so it's unlikely to have a significant impact. In fact, Hurricane Center believes very little impact. They're forecasting the storm to intensify. Winds 100, moving north-northwest now at 13. Look at that pressure, 972 millibars. As the pressure drops, the wind comes up and the storm intensifies, and we're expecting the pressure to drop and the wind to come up. Look at tomorrow, up to 130 miles per hour. Category 4, Wednesday, 140. Then as we head toward Wednesday afternoon, still a 4, but a little bit weaker. That's when wind shear, some gusty winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere and dry air will combine to weaken the storm to a 3, to a 2, to a 1, maybe even a tropical storm. But that same mechanism, those gusty winds, that will slow it down. So again, this could be a worst case scenario, a slow moving kind of sloppy storm just off the coastline of Tampa, just kind of shoveling all that seawater, all that water from the Gulf of Mexico into canals, into rivers, into Tampa Bay. We could see significant storm surge flooding, throw in rain, which could top 5 or 10 inches in some locations, and you have the makings for a real worst case scenario. After that, the storm moves up the East Coast. So let's bring in meteorologist Chris Martinez, who's been analyzing the local impact. So Chris, the hurricane, the core of the storm is way over here. We're here. We're going to have an impact, right?
Absolutely. Again, that's why our main messaging has been like, even though we're out of the cone and, we're not going to see a super hard direct impact. The storm, as you just heard Mike talk about, is just so large. We're going to see some sort of impacts, and one of those we have to hit on is the possibility for isolated tornadoes starting on your Tuesday. There is a marginal risk across the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast, slight risk as we move west of Okeechobee County. That's Tuesday. Now as we head in towards Wednesday, everyone pretty much under a slight risk of severe weather, and that does mean scattered severe thunderstorms. And with the method of operation of these rain bands, they are naturally rotating thunderstorms, so we can get these quick developing funnel clouds. So that's what we'll be watching for both Tuesday and then again on Wednesday. And then on top of that, the other big primary concern is just going to be a tremendous amount of rain that will fall through at least Thursday. I think this model is doing an okay job of pinpointing, but I'd say on general, 3 to 5 inches across the Palm Beaches of the Treasure Coast. And of course, in some locations, we're going to have locally higher. That could be anywhere between 6 and 8, Mike. And I also want to say, it just off topic real quick, that storm, once it moves in the Gulf, you know what the Gulf can do. Like, some people, you can't sleep on the Gulf. We could possibly see that system super blow up and maybe inch closer to the higher end Cat 4.
Absolutely. And as you point out, Chris, once a system gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it's always bad news because it's going to make landfall somewhere. And in this case, maybe Florida's west coast. Meanwhile, back here at home right now, still tracking some rain. We'll see periods of rain tonight, some of which will be fairly heavy. Look at this heavy rain band moving toward parts of Boca as we speak. And that rain will continue mostly off and on, mostly on over the next couple of days here in South Florida. Here's our future track as we go through the evening. Again, periods of heavy rain accompanied by gusty winds. Again, bear in mind, Treasure Coast under a tropical storm watch, meaning we could see sustained winds of tropical storm, 39 to 73 miles per hour over the next couple of days. Rain chances I think we're guaranteed to get wet, as you can see on Tuesday and Wednesday, lesser amounts as we head toward the weekend. Boating, it's a mess. I wouldn't even think about it, and the rip current risk is high. Here we go. Tuesday and Wednesday, already declared first warning weather days because of the severe weather threat here. Rain continues into Thursday. It finally ends on Friday. And look at the weekend. Beautiful, but very, very hot. Temperatures Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday in the low 90s. And that is your weather.